So when I was with, when I first got signed up with Lucky Dog and Bruce and Charlie and Blake Chansey and that label, he produced the Dixie Chicks. The first, I think like half of the first record or maybe the whole first record, they got signed to Lucky Dog because they were friends with Emily and Marty and all that. And then they signed me to Lucky Dog, which was a subsidiary of Sony, Columbia, which, as I found out later, I didn't find out later, but I just assumed later, like when you have a label that's making that kind of money, you have to have another label that drains money. So you're not paying, like you can still make art and you can write it off on your taxes, but you're not paying actual tax money. You're just writing it off this other thing that you can go to parties and be cool with. Like, hey man, we got Charlie and Bruce.
You just
Jack.
crushed a lot of young people's hopes.
Just the way it goes. Because I was making records that I thought were gonna, like, well, if they signed to the Dixie Chicks label, man,
it's like heirs to Austin with
we could same deal. We could probably kill it. And then I go, oh, they just want to talk about my records. I was wondering why they didn't really care what my records sounded like. It's a different deal. Like when I was on Lucky Dog, it was like, go be an artist. Just go. Do whatever you're going to do because they didn't care.
Well, no, they did. Come on.
No, dude.
They just signed you because you, Bruce and Charlie were the cool kids down in Texas. We need some cool vibey artists on this Lucky Dog label.
And if we
it was kind of like MCA Rising Tide, same deal.
Same kind of deal. Only Rising Tide had a little more lofty goals, but with Sony Lucky Dog, it was more like if they go out and sell the 50,000 records we think they might probably anyway, we'll break even or we'll lose a little money, but it'll up our cred. We can make great records and it'll just be a part of our catalog that over the next 20 years, there'll be artists that last. Like, I don't think they just wrote me off. I just think they thought that we would be John
they had their money train and they're like, maybe they'll do something crazy.
And if we lose money, it's a tax write-off. And if we make money over 20 years and we up their cred, then they'll sign more Dixie Chicks who want to be cool and also can be commercial.
You don't find that nowadays.
No, because it's not the way the labels work. Like now there's no room for artist development. Now it's like either go out and be a heavyweight champion or go home.
And you were already doing your deals, so you were getting your records paid for, right?
And so I wasn't worried about compromising at that time because I was like, I'm making the living I want to make anyway, without you. So I can make my records with you or I can make them without you.
Did they have any input on the Hey You record?
Because they didn't pay attention to it. They didn't care.